Living off grid means a lot of wood chopping. And sometimes a piece of wood is just too good to put in the fireplace, like this one for example. So instead I use pieces of wood to carve out tools for my textile art. And today I'm going to try to create a needle for needle binding, or nålbindning as it's called in Swedish. I start by carving the piece of wood to a needle shape, which is pointy at one end and a bit thicker at the other. Creating your own tools are fun projects to do, and a project like this gets you in touch with the raw materials of nature. I love making my own tools for my textile art, and I encourage you to try as well, since it's very soothing and relaxing, and you can use the tools later in your craft. And then I will drill a hole in the thick end. It can take a while, but soon enough the knife will pierce its way to the other side. And then I can go in from the other side as well. Like so. After I'm done with that, I smoothen the inside of the hole that I drilled using a piece of string. This way the yarn won't get stuck in there later when I'm using the needle. And lastly, I'm going to finish the needle by scraping it with a knife, so the surface will become smooth to hold when I'm working with the needle. And there you have it. And now it's time to give it a try. Needle binding is a slow-paced and mindful technique, so you need a lot of patience and don't want to be in a rush when you create things with this technique. But as a mindfulness practice, I highly recommend it because you have to be present with every stitch when practicing this craft. Needle binding is a very old technique, and some textile fragments suggest that it dates back to 6000 BCE. I use wool yarn because the technique requires that you work with a short length of yarn at a time and then join it with the next one by splicing the yarn ends together. And if you want me to make tutorials on needle binding, please let me know. I'm not an expert in needle binding, but the fun thing with crafts is that we learn together. I can show you where I am at in my journey, and maybe I can help someone out. The technique is suitable for all sorts of garments, like hats, socks, or wrist warmers, for example. And you can also create baskets, bags, and things like that. I hope this video will inspire you to try needle binding for yourself. And if you do, please let me know how it goes. I'm super excited to hear what you've been creating. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.